This clip is brought to you by VegasWinners.com. Get expert sports betting advice from some of the best handicappers in the world. Head on over to VegasWinners.com and win yourself some money.
So we're going to go ahead and get started this week. You debut at the pay-per-view after filming the vignettes. So let's break down what's next. What are you initially told your creative is going to be at this point in TNA?
All I was told was Samoa Joe, Samoa Joe, Samoa Joe. And I understood, it took me a long time to realize I didn't want to do it at first because I felt like Samoa Joe and I should build up to that match. I should enter the company. Him and I should walk by each other down the hallway and, kind of stare at each other, maybe make a comment toward each other, kind of like what Brock and I did for WrestleMania 19. And I thought that, we could build it up for 6 to 8 months and do even more pay-per-view buys. But they were right to do that because I was one of the biggest names coming into TNA. And I had to have a feature match for my first pay-per-view. And it couldn't be a world title match. So Samoa Joe was the perfect opponent for me because he was undefeated and he was super hot. Would I have waited 6 to 8 months? Yes. But I also think that it was the right choice because Kurt Angle was coming in TNA and he needed a feature match.
We've talked about this a little bit before, Kurt, you and I, and the times that I've hosted the show, but were you watching TNA at any time at this point? Had you watched
religiously?
Were you? Okay.
I was like a little kid in a candy store. I couldn't wait to work all these great talents. There were so many talented guys and girls. The knockouts were great too.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about the roster. So at that time, you have Samoa Joe. You got Jeff Jarrett, AJ, Christopher Daniels, Hernandez. Christian Cage is there at this point. Abyss, Raven. We can't forget Sting. This is loaded, man. And did you request, you mentioned, hey, I wanted Samoa Joe. Was there anybody else in your mind outside of Samoa Joe that you thought, man, I can't wait to get my hands on him?
Well, there were a lot of talent I couldn't wait to get my hands on. AJ Styles, Sting, it would have been my first encounter with Sting, Jeff Jarrett, you name it. Jay Lethal, Bobby Roode, James Storm. There were so many great talent there, and I knew that I'd have incredible matches with these guys. So I was really excited.
So we're talking about the talent here. Jeff Jarrett recently said on his podcast that you were, a top guy, probably paid the most of any TNA wrestler at this point. Were you having discussions about title runs or anything like that coming in?
No, I didn't really want to discuss that. I wanted to help the company. I wanted to make the company grow. I wasn't guaranteed anything, no promises. I just wanted to contribute. That was my number one goal to do.
You would have to think, a guy your stature, Kurt Angle, obviously multi-time WWE champion, coming in. This is a big, big deal for TNA to sign you. Olympic gold medalist, to bring you in. They have to already know in mind, we want this guy to be the brand, the name, carrying the torch for our organization at some point. So whether they said anything to you early or you said anything to them early, I'm sure it's on their mind that you're going to carry the title at some point soon.
Oh yeah, and it didn't take me long to win that title, so I wasn't surprised. But they did pause for a little bit. I didn't win it for like a good 5 or 6 months. I believe that was the length of time. But it was the right time for me to win the title. It was my first title run, and it did occur, I believe, in 2007, and I was really excited about that. Being a world champion in any company, you have to take a lot of pride in it.
Absolutely, Kurt.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.